Well, hello, and welcome to the Cluebird. I'm your host, R. Wayne Browne. Today I want to discuss learning how to cope by living ahead of yourself. I sense you're scratching your head and wondering, what does that mean? Well, okay, I hear you, so give me some time to hear me out. I very clearly remember when school suddenly changed for me back when they were digging the Erie Canal, according to my kids. Up until about the seventh grade, school was fun for me. I enjoyed every aspect of it. From new friends to writing essays, it was easy and enjoyable. I was doing just fine, and I wasn't working too terribly hard, or should I say, I was never frustrated in any way with my school activities. Yet. Then, in the seventh grade, suddenly having a different teacher for each class, extracurricular activities and sports were heavy additions for me to handle. New classes like foreign language, math, science were quickly going to be the death of me, I felt. Maybe you or your kids felt the same way around that time in your development as well. Well, additionally for me, it was a brand new junior high school, and it was packed with new faces. Every classroom was filled to the max, and I knew not a soul. It led to isolation, yet I didn't know that at the time. So, how did I react to my brand new situation? Well, like many kids, and maybe like you as well, I initially acted out, pure frustration. I suddenly displayed both a poor attitude and behavior. I think I got to visit the principal's office a few times as I tried to display my new, very cool, I don't care attitude. As my substandard grades steadily kept coming home, I slowly started thinking that I was maybe not that bright, or maybe slightly stupid. I would observe the really successful students and I started to alibi, hey, they were just simply just smarter than me. Next, I slowly started to withdraw, or circle the wagons, as they say. I had few, if any, friends. I walked to and from school alone, and often I ate lunch alone. I would try and get into some pickup basketball games over lunch, but I was never picked. I remember often just shooting baskets alone on an empty court until the bell rang again. Then unexpectedly, a small crack in the granite came to me in the form of the dreaded science project. Oddly, I felt very interested in the project for some unexplained reason, and even today I don't remember precisely what caused it. My kids often joke with me that it was the ending of the Civil War was probably why I got excited about that science project way back when. I mean, really excited. And I remember going home and actually working on it, something new for me. I remember spending lots of time on that project because I wasn't focused on anything else. I would sit near the smart kids at lunch to overhear what and how they were doing on their projects. I even copied some of their ideas. We had to present our projects to the class, which made me super nervous. My feelings of not being too bright, in addition to having little confidence, made my presentation a challenge for me. Thank God for Depends. However, I got an A on the project. An A. My walk home from school that afternoon was vastly different. I stood tall, smiling, brimming with confidence. I couldn't wait to tell everybody about my grade. Well, my aunt, after she hugged me, said, "Why don't you learn from this moment and apply the same focused hard work to all your school subjects?" She challenged me with my math class, which I hated. She suggested that I work at math like my science project and see what happens. Well, stubbornly, I left the room, but I privately took her up on her challenge. I started reading my math book like I was possessed. I did every practice problem, even making up problems, and shockingly work with some other students at school as well. Not surprised, I got an A in math. I realized, hey, I wasn't stupid after all. I just wasn't organized. I was working hard but haphazardly. I was finally, I realized that I was like a spinning top, expending lots of energy going nowhere. I watched our dog one night with a new toy. He tore into that toy for over an hour and bit and shook it, rolling around until he was finally exhausted. Watching him, I realized that was me. I worked hard going nowhere, getting nothing done. I acted just like our dog. Maybe this feeling is familiar to you or your kids as well. I finally talked to a counselor at school about my lack of progress. Yeah. After looking at my student folder for quite a while, he looked at me and told me that I was just as smart as anyone in the school. What they had on me was organization. They were organized and planned their activities from a yearly, monthly, daily, and some even hourly standpoint. Not me. Some of these kids planned out every day practically to the hour, he said. They know precisely what they will do to ensure they are prepared and successful. You don't. But you can. You can learn how, and it will change your life, he said. So he kindly continued telling me not being organized and not planning my activities very accurately is the only reason why I'm not as successful as they are. He said, the fact that we are meeting tells me that you really want to change. So very slowly and with great emphasis, he told me, when you plan your entire year, each month, every week, and prepare a daily to-do list and get it done, makes you really smart. Suddenly you're really smart. By planning and executing, you become proactive in your life. You predict your life. You make your life happen on your terms, he said. You make your dreams come true, he continued. And then he asked me to repeat back to him out loud what he had just said to me. I did, and he smiled. Otherwise, he said, you will just continue to be reactive in your life. You simply will just react to every year, month, week, day, and hour to what's unfolding around you. However, reacting to all this puts you behind. You are behind nonstop, which leads to your failure. He said, you're so far behind, it's Wednesday, and you still think it's Tuesday. We both laughed out loud together. Always being ahead in life prevents you from feeling bogged down. Remember, working hard without focus and lacking a plan is unproductive effort. Like a gerbil running endlessly on the flywheel in his cage, working hard, but getting nowhere, he said. That's you. So, setting very specific goals that drive your daily commitments lead you. You are working with focus. You are working to something, not frustratingly at something from behind trying to catch up. Now you are leading yourself like a victor should and does, building a life of freedom, not regrets. Maybe we should all learn early the best way to cope with your life is to lead yourself, to live proactively, staying ahead of your life with specific goals and daily commitments. He then told me to go make myself proud. And so can you. Reflecting on our meeting, I remember that he was both kind and helpful to me and gave me the golden nugget I needed at that time to become successful. And that was to be proactive, staying ahead of your life, working to something, not just at something from behind. To live ahead of yourself. Hey, I owe him for that advice to this day. Well, Thank you for tuning in today. I sincerely hope that you heard something that will prove to be useful to you or your kids. Be sure to subscribe and visit the Cluebird website. Oh, hot tip. Until our next visit, I want you to think about self-discipline and how it can improve your life.